Hello everybody, Lee here from Stringfield Ridge Farm. Me and Sky, we're sitting up here at the garden and I'm going to do a video. I've gotten 2 videos already out of this. I should have brought a tripod up here, but I didn't, so I'm just having to hold it. So hopefully I'm not shaking too bad. But anyhow, these 2 videos that I've put out already on this subject, the first one I done was right after we started doing videos. I still wasn't sure exactly how to do videos or anything, so there was actually a lot of things that I missed in that video that I should have went farther in depth on and everything, and I didn't, because people was wanting to know more about it. They're thinking they missed something here or there and different stuff like that. There's been some confusion in the videos because of the type of wild lettuce that grows here on our property. The more common, greater prickly wild lettuce, or just prickly wild lettuce, whatever you want to call it, that produces the yellow flowers, it does grow around here. It's pretty much the most common wild lettuce that you find in the United States, across most of the states, and so that's kind of confuse some people from time to time. Whenever I show our wild lettuce, because the wild lettuce that normally grows here on the farm is the Woodland Wild Lettuce, or aka blue lettuce. It actually has a blue flower. Alright, we're here at my daughter's house, and here's the wild lettuce. That is the, they pretty much call it the prickly wild lettuce, or the greater prickly wild lettuce. If you look under these leaves, you can see all them prickles. And that is how you pretty much know that that is a wild lettuce. The flowers have already bloomed out, so I didn't get any of the flowers. They are yellow flowers. But as you can see, after they bloom, they do a lot like a dandelion, because they are in the dandelion family. If you take this leaf, you break it off, you will see a very milky substance coming out. And I'm going to start showing you some other varieties and hopefully be able to enlighten people about the different varieties. There's many different varieties of the wild lettuce, and as you can tell, this plant is pretty tall. It's probably about 4 foot tall. They can get about 6 foot tall. But if we look underneath this leaf, you can see all them prickles down through there. And it's one row of prickles right down the median ridge of that leaf stem. Okay, the variety that I just showed you, that was at my daughter's house, my daughter and son-in-law's house, the prickly lettuce. This is another type. The leaves are shaped a little differently. The sow thistle looks a lot like this, but it will not have the little spikes down through there. Here, more spikes down here at the end than there is coming on down. But this is a type of wild lettuce also. It does grow yellow flowers, just like the other prickly lettuce. There's many different varieties of wild lettuce. So when you're looking for wild lettuce, keep that in mind and do research in your area, because you may have a variety that probably does not grow around here. I'm just showing you the varieties that we have in our area. Okay, this here's the blue lettuce, the woodland lettuce. It hasn't started flowering yet. It usually flowers probably mid-July, somewhere in that area. Okay, as you can see, the blue lettuce does have prickles down the center spine. If I can get it to focus here, you can see them. The blue almost looks more like a hair instead of like the prickly lettuce. But they do have prickles running down them, and the older the plant gets, the thinner, finer, small pieces will start falling off, and you'll wind up with more of a prickle look. Okay, this is a chicory that they say some people has confused with wild lettuce. I don't really see how you could, but I guess if you're just learning, you could mistake this for a wild lettuce. There's no prickles underneath there. The blooms are way thicker and more fuller. Okay, here's all my wild lettuce leaves that I just picked and brought back here. I just took them to the sink, rinsed them off good, make sure that I got all the bugs off. Do the same thing that you would do with like turnip greens or your lettuce out of your garden, whatever, just to get all the bugs off, or a little bit of dirt, trash, stuff like that. I'm fixing to set up over here and show you how I start processing these things. Okay, what I do to process mine, I just take and I kind of pick them up, kind of fold them around a little bit. You can use like a blender or something like that to throw them in and chop them up real fast. I just like doing the scissors, just kind of chop them up, throw them in there, get them in small pieces. But I look at it like, you might not always have a blender, so I just prefer to just do it this way. Takes a little more time. The way that I'm doing it, I'll be making it'll be kind of like a thick syrup type. It'll be an extract from it. You can take it and make a tincture out of it just by using the whole leaves, putting it in at least 100 proof alcohol, some sort of a brandy or like a vodka, something like that, but it will need to be at least 100 proof. because once the moisture and the liquid in the leaves get extracted from it, it will dilute the alcohol. So you need something at least 100 proof so that it will be able to preserve and keep a long shelf life. I'm going to finish cutting these here up and I'll get back with you. One thing I forgot to mention was the milkiness in there. Whenever you break that stem off, there'll be kind of a thick milk that comes out from where you break it off the stem. It should be either white or kind of a little off-white creamy color, but most of it is usually real white. Which the white milky substance, or the slightly cream color milky substance, is the reason why it has the Latin name of lactose, something like that. I'm not Latin, so I can't pronounce all that. Don't really care to even know all that there stuff. I just know what it is, redneck style. So, but that's how it gets the, because the milkiness, it has the lactose genus whatever, and so just a little FYI. Alright, there's all my leaves cut up. I'm going to add just enough water in there, cover them, and let that fill up, and then we're going to put it on the stove. Alright, there it is in there. Got it. Just enough water to cover it up, and I'm going to turn the stove on kind of low. You don't want it boiling, you don't want to get it too hot, just enough to kind of steep in there real good to get all of the goodness out. So just kind of keep it low and slow and let it cook down for a little while, and then I'll come back and show you some more after a while. Alright, this is cooking down good. As you can tell, it is steaming, but it's not boiling. I'm going to let this cook for a little bit, and then I'm going to strain it and press it, and I'll show you how I do that. Okay, as you can see, it's steaming. I believe I've had it in there long enough. It's probably been going, I don't know, hour and a half. I just want to try to make sure that the leaves are actually turning a different color and all, where I know that it's actually soaked everything up out of them. So I'm fixing to start transferring this over to another small pan, and I will use a clean cloth to be able to put the greens in it and squeeze all the moisture out of it so that I get every bit that I can out of it. I'm going to get the most of the liquid out and show you how to do the rest. Okay, I'm going to use a strainer here to kind of do most of it in here. I'm hoping this pan that I got is going to be big enough. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm hoping that it will be. May have to end up swapping. That's why I'm going slow. I believe it's going to be. It's gonna be close whenever I get this all strained out. Scrape all that there out of the strainer. This over here on this here eye, so it will start slowly going. And then once that there cools down a little bit, once this hair cools down a little bit, I'll get the cloth and go on ahead and strain the rest of the water out of it. I don't want to burn myself. Okay, I got my strainer back out, and I'm going to take this older rag here that ain't gonna matter if it gets stained or not. It's clean. That's all that matters. I'm gonna dump the rest of this in there so we can try to get the rest of this out. Because I want all the liquid out of it that I can get. So, yeah, it's still a little warm, but ain't too bad. As you can hear, there's definitely liquid still in there. Yeah, it's still a little warm. So you want to get all that dirt out there as you can. There it is. Over there. I'm going to pour the rest of this in here so we can finish cooking down. I'm just going to leave it on the same temperature as what I've had it and just let it slowly cook down. Alright, it's still cooking down. It's looking really good. I stir it every now and then. As you can see, I've just got it slowly going with a little bit of steam, just basically steaming the water off of it. That's what I'm going to do till it finally gets down to the way I want it. This is the way that I do it. Like I said before, there's many other ways you can do it. You can dry it and then smoke it. You can dry it and then make a tea out of it. Teresa has done the tincture with it in the alcohol. It works great too. But I like this here way because just a little dab will do you. And it works great. I can't wait to get it cooked down because we pretty much run out and I hurt a lot now. So I need this. Need it bad. Okay, I've slowly cooked this here completely down till it's not real thick. I have cooked it down farther than this to be a real thick syrup. This time I'm not going to. You can if you want to, but this time I'm gonna leave it a little bit more manageable. And I'm fixing to put this in this little jar right here. Trying to hold this phone and all at the same time. And try and do all this to show what I'm doing all at the same time. Alright, I'm fixing to scrape the rest of this here out. Okay, everybody, that is what I got out of that. It does not take much of it at all to kill your pains and stuff. Tracy usually just dips her finger in it, and that's plenty for her. I did put a couple of drops of 100 proof vodka in there. It would be fine without that being in a refrigerator where I keep mine at, but I just put it in there to help preserve it, to make sure. But there you go. That's how we make ours. Alright, and hope y'all enjoyed the video. Hope I cleared up a few different things that I didn't do on the other couple of videos that I'd put out on it. And hopefully this time I won't go back and see anything on there and be, I should have done this here, or I should have said that right there, or I should have showed this here part or something. I think I pretty much cleared it, or covered all of it this time. Anyhow, like, subscribe, and always God bless, and be sure to check us out on Friday nights at 7 o'clock for our live streams. All right. See y'all next time.